I'm going to show you 2 easy ways to make a seamless pattern in Procreate. The brushes I'm using are from my Seamless Pattern Creator Kit, which is available on Etsy and AlwaysBeColoring.com. Start a new canvas that's 3000 by 3000 pixels and 300 dpi. First, I'm going to show you how to make a pattern by filling in colors with my Pattern Creator Kit. So I'm going to choose pattern layout number 36. And I want to make this as big as I can without going over the edges, and that's so when we make it bigger, it won't get blurry. Choose the Move tool and choose Fit to Canvas. Now I'm going to tap that layer and set it to Reference, then start a new layer and drag it below. And this is so I can fill in these colors, but make the colors separate from this layer. So instead of just dragging and dropping colors into here, if I do it on a different layer, now I can easily change them if I don't like the colors. So for this, I'm going to go to Hue, Saturation, Brightness. Then I just use the sliders at the bottom until I get it how I want it to look. Now when you're doing a pattern, these edges are going to line up to each other. So it's repeating squares. So this is going to match this, and this is going to match this. So you want to fill in the colors accordingly. Start a new layer, drag, then click Continue Filling, and I'm just going to tap these layers to fill them in. And I think I want to make that color a little brighter too. Now to check your pattern, swipe down with 3 fingers to copy all, then at the top click plus to create a new layer, swipe down with 3 fingers and click Paste. Now I'm going to duplicate that layer 4 times. Turn off the bottom one, that's just so you have it for later. Then select all the layers, go to the Move tool, tap the top left corner and change it to 1500 pixels. Make sure magnetics and snapping is turned on. Then grab the top 2 layers and move them to the bottom until the gold lines appear. And then the second and third layers and move those to the right until the gold lines appear. And there we have our pattern. You can always add more details and draw on top or add textures, but this is a pretty quick way to create a cool seamless pattern. Here's another pattern I did with the same template with a little more detail. Start another 3000 by 3000 300 dpi canvas. Next, I'm going to show you how to use one of the pattern layout in my Seamless Pattern Creator Kit as a guide. So I'm going to choose pattern layout number 10. Then in black, I'm just going to make it as big as I can. Tap the Move tool and choose Fit to Canvas. Now I'm going to lower the opacity to about 15%. Start a new layer on top, and I'm going to turn on the Symmetry tool. So go to Actions, Canvas, choose Drawing Guide, and then Edit Drawing Guide and click Symmetry. Then click Done. Now I'm going to choose one of the brushes from my set. I'm going to choose the Noisy brush in about 15 point, and I'm going to draw this shape right here. You can draw and hold for a perfect curve, and I'm just going to edit that, and I want to basically stay inside that line here. If you go over it a little bit, that's fine, but you don't want to go over too much. And I'm just going to draw some lines on here as a design. I'll speed this part up a little bit. Okay, so now we've got our main shape, and I just want to make sure that it's perfectly centered. Make sure magnetics and snapping is turned on and just move it till the gold lines are in the middle. Now I'm going to duplicate this once and just turn that off so I can use it later. Then duplicate it twice and move 1 to the left until the gold line appears and 1 to the right. Now I'm going to merge these layers together. I'm going to duplicate it one more time. Merge these layers together and duplicate that twice. Now move 1 to the top until the gold lines appear and 1 to the bottom. Now I'm going to turn this shape back on, move it into this top space, and I'm just going to use the Freeform Move tool to get it to fit exactly into that shape. Delete this right here. Now duplicate it, move it to the next space, merge those together, duplicate it, and move it to the bottom. Now, because we use the magnetics and snapping tool and the symmetry tool, everything should line up perfectly. But we're gonna go ahead and check it as well. Swipe down with 3 fingers to copy all. On the top, click plus. Swipe down with 3 fingers and click paste. Now duplicate that 4 times. Select them all, change to 1500 pixels. Now move the top 2 to the bottom, and then the second and third to the right. And it looks like everything lined up great. So I'm gonna do that one more time. And it looks great. So this is a pretty simple pattern, but there's so many options that you can do with this template. All you have to do is just fill in this shape. You can draw in whatever you want, but using that method, you can make so many different patterns. I'll show you some examples of some other patterns I've made using this method. If you have any questions, leave them for me in the comments and I'll make sure to respond. And go to my website, AlwaysBeColoring.com, and sign up for the newsletter for free Procreate brushes every month. Make sure to like and subscribe for more Procreate content. Thanks so much for watching.